All right, welcome back, everybody, to our last event of the evening. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Another episode of the Rundown, but we're back to some more league race in action, and we've got Weegee versus Protoman in 16 star coming at you live, and I'm here with the dad himself, Simply. How are you doing tonight?
You know, I'm doing absolutely fantastic. It's another gorgeous day out here, and I am just excited to watch some Super Mario 64 action. I'm hungry, especially after that rundown. It's got me run down and ready for some action.
Okay.
But shout outs to the guy. Absolutely awesome content they're putting out. Cheese and man himself, Alt Insider. Shout out to ZFG and Cool Matt. Cool stuff in the works. But here we go. Protoman versus Weegee in the 16 star league. Now, the thing is, obviously, Weegee is a spicy boy. You know, one of the spiciest out there. Movement insane. Probably the craziest strats you'll see in your life. But that does not come out without the weight of consistency issues. And I think, you know, if Weegee's on the ball, it's going to be really tough for Protoman to get in. But that's a big if. What do you think?
Well, I think that Weegee is probably going to have like two really solid races, you know, at least a 15 or mid-ish 16 kind of time. But I think there's going to be one race where he like completely messes up. We'll say like Lava Boost or maybe something in Fire Sea, and then it'll kind of wind up. I mean, even Bits especially is some of the biggest time loss potential in the entire category right at the end. And I think we're going to see Protoman have an opportunity to win one of these if Weegee isn't going to get a 16. Because even Aki's been getting some 17s in these races, so if he's immortal, then anyone can, you know, have a bad race. So, of course, it's never over till it's... Wow, okay, Weegee going for Tsukishima. This is bold. He kind of stopped me out of this one, because we got to see if Weegee's going to be able to get home, because he actually did this in a 70-star race I was commentating, and I was blown away. He's really practiced at this star. And even with that kind of straight-on long jump angle, he should still be on pace for it, but that amp is going to kill his dreams. Still probably able to get Zaya.
To see it. Oh no!
The red, though. Still turns out to be Shig, which is what Protoman's been going for anyway, so it's actually the same amount of time.
So right off the bat, we're sort of seeing kind of what I was talking about when I watch Weegee a lot. See is crazy strats, like who's going for Tsukishima. Yeah. I have not seen one player going for Tsukishima in the leagues besides the man Weegee. He's insane, but you know he'll nail it, and then he might have some weird flub later on, and you just got to bring it all together. Protoman also completing a decent Dark World, but as we can see, Weegee's got himself a nice little lead here, which, wow, that throw, man, just tossing him right in, no hesitation. It's a lot of strength.
Yeah, this is really just Weegee in a nutshell right now. He gets the fast run over the switch, goes through the elevator super early, and he's on pace for Tsukishima. And Protoman's just kind of chugging along slow and steady, getting that Shig cycle, and they kind of end up winding up getting the same amount of time, or the same time for the stage. So it really is just kind of how well will Weegee play to his strengths, and is he going to make a lot of mistakes? If not, then he's probably got it in the bag. If yeah, then Protoman's got a real shot at it.
Definitely. And Protoman has had some decent run-ins with that sort of, I guess you could call it luck. He did take a couple games off of Cheese in the 16-star league as well. Cheese had some crazy slip-ups, and Protoman even admitted in the interview, he's like, I didn't really win. It was like Cheese beat himself sort of thing. But, I mean, you're still winning. You're still consistently playing. You're able to get a decent time. A little dusty out here. Getting Canalus going.
Yeah, I want to see Protoman get this texture set up first try, though. I don't know about that ledge grab. Okay, he's got it.
It works out. Awesome start here in Womps. It's so uncomfortable if you miss that.
I expect a double jump. Here he goes.
Oh!
3.
This
dude,
guy!
Easy.
This guy! What is this? Weegee, the madman. Oh my goodness.
It's a very difficult trick, but honestly, I'm actually shocked it's possible at all, because you really don't get much height. You really have to clip inside the cage. but I had like JJ explain to me like how it works, and I actually believe that you could do it consistently with a ton of practice. And we just done just that. He's grinded it for hours, and he's really good at it. What can I say?
Yeah, Weegee's sort of pushing the game to its limits. I mean, okay, Protoman taking a slight detour, bopping the piranha. It was just trying to have a nap. Disturbing it during its dreams, turning it into a nightmare, but Protoman does get Owlus going. And just from these strats alone, very clean womps from Weegee's got him even more of a lead, but it's time to get a little dirty. Basement, baby.
Yeah, probably hasn't been too clean down here for quite a while. Bowser doesn't really care too much for cleanliness. Got water all over the floor. But obviously, the gameplay is where it counts. Weegee gonna be going for that Tomo Plus first try. Nice big bomb, good angle. And that's gonna be clean. Don't want to grab that star, was kind of close, but obviously getting in without a hitch. Protoman actually getting stuck right there. So, like 20-ish second lead for Weegee already. Good start for him.
Protoman,
Right, Protoman
taking it a
safe
little bit
plus.
smoother. Little safer. That's sort of Protoman's MO. We're kind of meeting the opposite sides of the spectrum here, where Weegee will go for the insane strat, trying to go as fast as possible. Oh, the early ground pound, that hurts. Protoman is more about, you know, I'm not too worried about the specific strats. I'm consistent. I'll get it done every time, and I'll do all right.
It's all good in theory, but there's no such thing as a consistent 16-star run in my experience.
Yeah,
you got
16,
BLJs, you got bits.
Pretty much, yeah. You cannot escape those. They will always be looming in the back of your head, at the end of your bed.
Yeah.
Creeping.
There you go. I don't know if you were trying to get me to catch on to a reference or something.
No,
like Redbone or something.
No, I was just talking about like I was thinking like a monster that's at the end of your bed. You gotta make sure you have your blanket on.
Yeah.
Otherwise you get pulled into the abyss. And that was
All
sort
right.
of my little connection there. But you know, poor analogies aside, we are synced up here. Perfect sync. Oh, never mind. Hold on. Weegee's got an extra star, making the play. Other than that flub in Dark World, Weegee's been looking very fine out here.
Yeah. But that's the thing, like, I wouldn't even call it a flub, it was just he got Chig. He got Chig, that's a flub.
Yeah, that's the flub. That's a flop for Weegee. Oh, Protoman. Nothing more frustrating than, well, there's definitely more frustrating things, but it can get a man, it can push a man to insanity if you're in a hot streak of missing ground pounds on stars, just losing free seconds.
All right.
Not fun.
All right, this or that continue. Is it worse to miss ground pounds in the stars or to accidentally ground pound it everywhere?
I would say ground pound everywhere is worse than ground pounding the star. Okay, ledge grab for Protoman. He's having a bunch of little things that are adding up quite a bit, and Weegee is capitalizing large on these mistakes, getting himself even further of a lead. So even in the event that something does happen to go wrong, he'll be Gucci gang.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if Weegee usually goes for the right side ground pound. You know, Protoman actually ended up having to do that as a backup. But we just sticking to the side flip. So one instance where he actually didn't go all the way out for the maximum efficient strat. Because, like, I know he does it in runs, but I guess in a race, it's like, it is only like 0.4. It's kind of interesting. Alright, box jump coming out for Weegee, though. A pretty tried and true strat in the playbook, and I don't really expect to see much issue from Weegee and HMC. You know, watching him do 16-star, like, he really does push all these stars to there. Okay, Protoman missing second burn. He can't even get a third try. It is now or never, do or die. Protoman setting up for this triple jump. He's got to make it happen, and he's not going to do it.
Rest in peace.
When it happens to the consistent player, it's even more of a blow because you really need to get everything right when you rely on consistency right now. Weegee 13 stars and Protoman with 10. You know, we got to say that it's not over for Protoman, but you know, 3 races, the first one might not just be in the cards for him.
Yeah, Weegee's not letting up. Not letting up at all on that gas pedal. Protoman trying desperately to grasp at the wheel, but he appears to be under the influence. A little sleepy.
Okay. So,
this is the warm-up.
1 more star for Weegee. Honestly, Weegee's on a great pace right now. I think a, like sub 1020 even for this final star Rolling Rocks, which is actually ridiculous. This is pretty much a clean beginning. You could get a mid or even lowish 15 with that. I don't know what Weegee's best pace ever was. Wait, did you see his timer? It switched from like green to red for like the last 3 seconds of that split. Like he's like 3 seconds behind his 15-17 or whatever he's running against. This is actually nuts.
Nut.
Punch
Punch.
grab. Punch.
I feel like I'm being spoiled when I'm watching Weegee. It's just like strat after strat after strat. Like when somebody does a punch meps, you're like, ooh, nice. But when you see Weegee do it, you're like, yeah, that's about what I'm expecting. Protoman meltdown. The wall. Where are we going? Oh,
Where are we going?
no.
Protoman 3
Oh,
HP.
no. Oh, okay. He's good. He's got some coins. Oh, the bop to the back of the head. That is going to leave a mark.
Maybe considering the name Protoman, you know, supposed to be proactive instead, having to react, not very effective. Getting bopped around by those boulders quite a bit, and he lost quite a substantial amount of time here that he really can't afford when Weegee's on such a good run. We have to see how well Weegee can continue playing this, because he had easily a sub 11 DDD entry, and this is going to be a huge front sub for him if he can make it happen. With
That is
turn,
a huge
that's good.
front sub. Oh. Okay, Protoman, a little bit of a star miss there. Re-aiming the sights, but here we go, man. Weegee.
I think Weegee could legit PB with this run. I legit think he can. It's that good.
He's pretty much made no mistakes.
In my head. I have 200 IQ. He can PB with a really good end game.
Okay, Badgeronis with the big brain. Protoman with the small hands. Can't hold the mips. Weegee with the quick feet. The moves.
Yeah, flying through Fire Seed, not getting much dust at all. Having to do the triple jump, though. I don't know where he lost time. See, side camera, though. This is still good. Only missed a little bit of time save for the long jump wall kick ending. Oh, that's a scary one where he's going to have to readjust. Okay. So, small amount of time lost. Probably lost about 2 seconds to Fire Seed. Still a doable run for Weegee, even though it wasn't perfect. Getting pull glitch, getting the early cycle is exactly what you want to see. And this is a man who came to play. It doesn't matter if it's Aki or Protoman. You know, I think if he just treats every race like something that he wants to win, just for his own self, then he's a scary player to have to run up against.
And I'm just receiving word from the chat. Nicro Vita 2K viewer host. Did a new world record happen? Gosh, hot dog. Thank you very much, Nicro Vita. Very much appreciated. I don't know.
He hosted us. Okay.
Yeah.
I actually saw that he had like 2K viewers. I'm like, whoa, dude, what happened to Nicro Vita? I actually clicked the stream. I was like, oh, he didn't get world record. Okay, phew, I didn't miss it. I'm good. So, did have to check. Thank you very much, Nicro Vita, for the sick host dash. Oh, Protoman stuck on the sub.
Welcome, everybody. Right now, you are witnessing some sauce. Weegee14 on the right. Get it going. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
That's a clip.
A little bit framey for me, but swimming right up the steps. No hesitation. Actually, a bit of hesitation there. On bonk. Okay.
That hurts. That really hurts. After playing so good for so long, getting that little bonk. Can he get the second BLJ, though?
If you saw there, his splits just turned from green to red as he went for the second BLJ. So he can't PB anymore, but he can still get like a 15-2x. Like a peak Aki level race time.
Yeah, like one of the best. I'm gonna nice triple jump dive. Can he get the mana? Mo.
Oh. What happened there? I think
that
he went for a speed kick but missed it, and did a dive instead. If I had to guess.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what that movement was about. But Weegee still making the plays. Protoman coming in the hole, but Weegee just too fast. Right side moving. Last thing on his checklist. It's all checked. Actually, there's one more. We got to throw the Bowser around, but
Yeah, Proto actually did get early cycling piracy, so pretty encouraging. If Weegee does mess up in future runs, I think Protoman is in shape to do well. Just obviously not going to happen on this particular occasion.
Thank you, Mac. 3296 for the resub. Sir, welcome back to the clock. Gang, club. It is a pleasure. Thank you for the support. Weegee, first throw, landed. 2 more to get this hot. 15. Is it a sub 15:30?
Absolute masterclass. Nope, I didn't say that.
All right, an opening here for Protoman. He can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Weegee starting to slip. Okay, he's got it though. It's all good.
It's going to be like a 15:39 from Weegee. Absolutely nuts race time. You'd love to see a first race be that hot from the former world record holder and current world record contender, Weegee14, put on a show for us today. Hope you all enjoyed that. This is what 16 star can look like at a high level. Absolutely amazing run from Weegee. And we have 2 more to go.
This is true. These are the facts. The action does not stop there. Boys, shoutouts to EBM9 as well. Don't worry, Bob. We love you. We love you very much from the bottom of our hearts all the way to the top of our appendixes, if you have them. And looks like we'll be segueing right along, sliding on down over to game 2. Weegee looking very impressive. The muscles are bulging, almost ripping his shirt. Might need to upgrade the shirt size if he's playing like this.
Maybe his muscles just have 200 IQ.
I'm not sure if that's the thing. I don't think muscles have IQ, but it's nice to think about. I mean, they have some IQ, right? Oh,
do muscles have IQ?
That's
an interesting question. I wonder if there's any doctors in the chat who can answer this, because I have no idea.
They must have some IQ because they're is it the muscle though, or is it the brain connecting to the muscle?
I would imagine the cells in the muscles have an IQ, but obviously it's the brain doing all the actions and controls. So,
well, I'm a neuroscientist and I can confirm that they do indeed have muscles, so I will go ahead and rest my case there.
Galaxy brain, big sim.
Not galaxy, but universe. I'll take it.
All right. So we'll see if Weegee can go for Tsukishima cycle again. I imagine he will, but this is actually kind of dangerous because if you get too ahead of yourself, this is how you build up an ego. You're maybe a bit overconfident going into the second race, feeling so hot in the first one that you kind of completely drop the ball. We'll have to see. And honestly, credit to Protoman. He's got first try LBLJ both times, more than we can say for a lot of players in 16 star. But
we're back on again.
We on pace.
Look at this man, Weegee. Oh goodness.
He's got such a good camera setup for this too, getting all the right angles and getting right through the elevator so early too. And he's such he's actually gonna be not on the tail end of it. He's gonna be making he's gonna be making the cycle right in the middle of it. He can get this long jump. And wow, super clean Tsukishima for Weegee.
Insane.
Nobody's
bringing that to the table. Weegee is out here trailblazing the next generation of 16-star gameplay. I mean, once he gets it down, where he can execute all the things that he is going for, we might just see the 14 come out.
If you're from Nigro's chat and you don't watch Mario 64, that literally takes hundreds of hours of Dark World practice to do. The switch run out and then the dive through the elevators, perfect movement through the crystal path, and a long jump to the cheese block as it's coming out, just to make it barely in time. That's an absolutely insane cycle that we didn't even think of RTA viable until 2018, when people like Jaws and Lunar started doing it. But even to do it in a race with all the risk added, is a
Yeah.
completely new level of ambition. And Weegee getting a 246 Dark World, probably one of the best we've
Casual.
seen.
Casual 246 from the man
Wait, he got a
Weegee.
122 entry. So like with like a 120, 119 entry, that would have been like a 244.
That's insane.
Yeah, his gold is like a
Yeah.
243.3 or something, which I believe is the community best or world best if you want to think of it that way.
Lock this man up. Weegee is insane. He's gone psychotic. We need to check him into the ward. Get a straight jacket on him. Don't let him touch a controller. It's too much sauce. Weegee with 1,000
I wanted
hours.
to say something, but I'm not going to say something. Okay, missed can list, so that really sucks for Weegee. We'll see if protoman can actually make this up, because going for his own can list, 8 seconds to save is a bit more than 2 seconds from Tsukishima, or 3 actually, because he did Chig. So, not so far behind.
Weegee, now, I will say Weegee is definitely a momentum-based player. When things are going good, they're going great. He's walking on sunshine. Sandals are on, you know, perfect temperature. His chest is unbuttoned just a little bit so you can see his chest hairs poking out.
Yeah.
He's happy. Gold chain! But the chain has rusted, turning his neck green. This is some fake jewelry right here, and Weegee is now going on the descent.
And he's been exposed!
The pauses, and it's that simple, that quick. Weegee has flipped the switch from walking on sunshine to walking on lava, coal, rocks. Not even gonna go for the double jump owlet, and it's no good. Oh, this is not happening. Weegee. Okay, wow, protoman as well though.
Oh wow, protoman. Yeah, you're right. He's not able to get this owlet either.
I'm sure you've heard of synchronized swimming, but right now we're witnessing some synchronized drowning. Both players at the same time and in such good fashion, dropping the ball a little bit, but we'll see if they can pick it back up. Protoman now has got himself a gorgeous lead going into basement, exactly what he needs. But Weegee could make this up. I mean, if he can flip it back, but it's a lot harder to flip it back than it is to flip it forward, if you know what I mean. Like flipping to a negative state from a positive state can be very easy, but negative to positive, it's not so easy. You're gonna need a talented electrician to come look at that problem, see what they can do.
Okay. Yeah, can't agree more. It's kind of as I was saying earlier, Weegee felt so on top of the world after that Tsukishima cycle that, you know, it kind of is easy to lose sight of everything that has to come afterwards. Maybe kind of let that get away from himself a little bit. But also, you know, canless is just one of those things that you'll never be 100% of the... You'll never get exactly 100% of the time. You'll miss it every now and then. So Weegee actually kind of having the unlikely meltdown in race number 2, which gives protoman a surprising lead. And we'll see how long he can hold on to it. He almost grabbed the star again, Weegee entering the pyramid.
Yeah, that was a little close. It made me a little uncomfortable, I'll be honest. But I'm back to normal. We're all good. Protoman clapping the fly guy. No mercy out here. He's a man on a mission. But it's not gonna stop Weegee. Oh, huge long jump!
Protoman almost died! He was barely able to pull back in time and then jump off of the slope of the pyramid right before he fell into the quicksand. Pretty much inches from death. Would have actually lost the lead immediately. Weegee's not so far behind anymore. So, pretty lucky to get out of that one. Still 15 seconds in the lead. Going to be exiting SSL. Which is actually pretty good for protoman. Getting like a 640 something is pretty good for what I think he expects of himself. I would say like a sub 630 is pretty good in a race if you're a top player. So, Weegee about 30 seconds behind that, but protoman's still on a good run.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, I mean, he's still making moves, still very possible to bring this thing back, considering the nature of 16, such a vile beast. But right now, protoman's got something. He's got something figured out. The numbers have been crunched, the cogs are cranking in this man's head. The machinery's running fine.
Yeah, that's his cyborg brain telling him how to play the game. You know, actually embodying the real spirit of protoman, apparently.
Co-commentator.
Although not quite.
Possibly
I don't
making
know
some
anything
assumptions
about
that Proto Man is a TAS robot, could be half man, half robot, might be wanting to subject him to some punishment, but punished enough. The bully coming out, taking some lunch money as he goes into the lava. Weegee again, great side hop. We did see Proto Man die on side hop last game. Little shaky, might be a little nervous going into it again. This could be an opportunity possibly for Weegee to sneak on in and perhaps go for the game to win.
I wonder, do they have different stars to do, or do Weegee just catch up by like 15 seconds? Because they both have the same star count, and I don't know what happened.
Different stars. Oh no!
Oh, Weegee
Weegee!
feeling lava boost. This is terrible.
Yes, and this is it, man. He's going for the hardest possible maneuvers. Lava boost, ultimate pro strat, very difficult to do. Did it amazingly last time, and going to concede to the waterfall and opt for the elevator star. And Weegee claiming that he got inviswalled. I wasn't actually aware that there were inviswalls around there, but I mean, I believe the guy. I don't think he's one to John. Oh, and here it is. Proto Man, what is that?
Last time.
Stop it.
Reflection of the previous race. This is
this is
so important. Can he get the wall?
This isn't happening.
No way. He's actually
Proto
dead.
Man. Oh, goodness gracious. Short circuit in the code. They're going to need to put out the next bug fix. This is the beta version. We need the full release. It's not allowing for first try short side hops right now. Second try should be good, but not quite. Wow. Now he spent a lot of time on Weegee has taken the lead back. Oh, no.
What? Another miss side hop. Does he even know what he's doing? Playtesters have a lot of questions about this new product. Not going to pass through quality assurance, I'll tell you that much. But finally able to get it done. So
3 stars.
Send back to the lab for some further examination.
It's necessary. At this point, somebody needs to take a look at what's going on behind the scenes because the circuits are not linking. Some connections are not being made. Proto Man needs to find himself back in the lab and go through some severe side hop protocol rewiring. Other than that, though, it seems to be clean.
Yeah, it was just the 1 star, and we're gonna have to see if he can fix this for race number 3 because he died on race number 1 and race number 2 to the same star, and it's not something that you would chalk up to a fluke occurrence because it is the 16-star exclusive, which makes sense why someone like Protoman would be very uncomfortable with doing it. So we're gonna have to see if that's something he can actually fix, or if this is just something like he is not sure what to do when it comes to this star.
And you hear players say it all the time, top players, mid-level players, players of all skills will find themselves in these moments where they have something down, they get used to it, and then all of a sudden, it's just like it empties out of your mind. Like, you just forget how to do it all of a sudden, and it's really scary, especially in an environment like this, where you don't have time to go and practice the star quick.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
I can only
that definitely
imagine
seems like what's happening here.
Yeah, because if Weegee messes something up, you know, it's just that he's trying to go so fast and he messed it up, right? But obviously, Protoman is not the guy putting in like 10-hour streams every other day for the category. Co-commentator
questioning Protoman's dedication to the game. Weegee out of the
not
door.
At all. I'm just saying. Not at all, actually. I'm saying that Protoman's probably a more like reasonable expectation of, you know, work ethic for a category that most people don't really care to optimize very well. They'd rather play 120 star. But, you know, here we are, Weegee and Protoman, kind of an unlikely pairing for this kind of match, but it's pretty funny. I guess you can make of it what you will, but, you know, Weegee...
Co-commentator backpedaling, does not want to be labeled with these allegations, but gonna go ahead and slap another one on. He might not be presuming that Protoman is not dedicated, but maybe assuming that Weegee's too dedicated. Too much sauce, possibly degenerate. Lots of heinous claims coming out of the booth. I'm not making them. I'm just reading it how I see it. Commentator throwing co-commentator under the bus, but Weegee slipping on the front of the side. This is a problem. Too slippery. They washed it just too fine. Didn't let it dry. He's back on, though.
You know that bus
Those-
is sub backwards?
Whoa. Co-commentator with the mind blown as we enter Weegee's second go at Fire Sea. The first one, really good. You know, the ending was a little scary. Can he get the pole glitch, though? Protoman up on the sub. The pole glitch. Okay.
Yeah, no problem for Weegee at all. Would you expect any less from the man? Nice psychic. He's so early, actually. He's earlier than he was last time. Can be able to do this with a long jump ball kick instead of the triple jump for sure.
Oh, man. Easily making it over there. And the side camera. The side camera's interesting. I don't see that very often. Oh,
Yeah.
no!
And
Weegee with the ledge grab. That is so unfortunate. And now, Protoman. Is Protoman making the cycle, though? Because Weegee could be right behind him. Oh, but he falls down. Time is ticking. Not sure what the cycle's looking like for Weegee.
Though. If he actually missed up on the elevators, he could die. Protoman barely makes early cycle, but I don't know if Weegee's gonna be able to make this one at this rate. Oh, it's gonna be so close. You got it. Okay. Wow, getting stuck on every corner now. It's like you're playing perfectly, and then one thing gets knocked out of line. The whole machine kind of comes crashing down, and Fire Sea looking like a much more difficult stage than it seemed to be in the first race. And Protoman, surprisingly, going to be taking the lead back from Weegee despite losing it in Lethal Lava Land. Oh, but that's not really how you throw.
Oh my
And
god,
second
Protoman is
Bowser!
dead. You're kidding. You're kidding. What is happening? Weegee falling off. Protoman dying to Bowser? Are you kidding me? Oh goodness, it just makes me sad. Protoman he's had his shots, he's had his chances. This is the game to do it. And I'm not saying it's over, but he's in a tough position.
We were saying that, or at least my prediction, because obviously I'm right about everything, is that Weegee would have one race where he was vulnerable, and this seemed to be the one. And Protoman was playing pretty well to a side hop, took a death, looked bleak, came back, took it over in Fire Sea. Weegee made another big mistake with the side camera lag reduction. You know, you can thank Simply for cursing that one. But then Protoman just couldn't stick it on the throw. You know, you got to risk it for the biscuit sometimes, and not to be found today. Looks like Weegee might be able to take a surprising second win.
Yeah, very quick first BLJ. He's definitely got these BLJs down to a science. The mad scientist that he is, pouring beakers. But just as I'm saying it, hold on, left side. Okay, not enough speed. We're having technical difficulties. Please come back later. Protoman's got it.
Okay. He kind of turned on the task for that second attempt right there. That was insane. Hole in one on the redo. Alright, no mana mode for Weegee on this one, but still can make the typical RTA cycle right behind it. You know, Protoman, it's not even over. Weegee could fall in bits.
He could.
And we've seen
Very
that's
possible.
on not only triple jump ball kick, but right at the end. So here comes Protoman
Oh!
in Sky, and it's never over. Well, they're both in Sky. Weegee have to go for backup triple jump wall kick. He's able to get it, though. Protoman's still about 20, 30 seconds behind. Let's see if Weegee can get into the pipe. And I think once you're in the pipe, it's going to be very unlikely for Protoman to win. All right, Weegee able to get it done. Definitely one of the best bits players out there. Able to recover from his mistakes.
Mm-hmm. No, it's been here a million times before. Excuse me. Okay, left side. Protoman or Weegee not wasting any time on these throws. My goodness, man. It's like
Sick
those
throws.
spins.
And way downtown, going for 3. Those hot like curry. I think I said that earlier. I don't know.
I think
Anyway,
did with
he
me,
actually
at least.
said
We're
earlier
allowed-
on in the
allowed.
race that Weegee said at the very beginning when he missed Canlis, he's like, I think I'm gonna get a mid-17 this race, calling it right now. And that's kind of what he ended up getting. So a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't know if that's actually contributing to his final time. But there you go, 1723. Definitely doable for Protoman, but wasn't able to jump on the opportunity.
Yeah, and like you said, that might be his only opportunity. Players have been pretty good about being able to just take a deep breath in through your nose, slowly feel that breath deep in your esophagus, going down and filling up your stomach, and just feeling all of that anger, those missed canonlesses, the struggles with the lava boost, all amalgamating into one big ball, and
I think your mic
exhaling
is
it
cutting
out.
out a little bit.
Oh, dang it. My meditation metaphor is so strong, but unable to transmit it over the waves. Basically, what I'm saying is I think Weegee will be a new man. He's shedded the skin, and we might see, I mean, very possible that it's another clean 15. I don't know.
I
The
think
man
it's
is
hilarious
fast.
that, you know, I was listening to your metaphor. I was able to catch like bits and pieces of it. I'm like, I don't know if the audience can really decipher what you're saying. And then as soon as I said that, your mic was like smooth for like the rest of your thought. I don't know. Sometimes like it's like the thing where if your computer's broken and you're like, hey, do you know why my computer's broken? And then it just starts working on its own. Like you just had to show it to somebody for it to wake up. Ever had that happen to you?
I don't know if
No.
I've had that sort of thing happen, but I've run into similar experiences. But I am on the Wi-Fi here, and it does have its moments of downfall, but for the most part, it seems pretty decent.
Well, fair enough. Why not? Alright, we'll see if Protoman can get this LBOJ, because I think Weegee has been getting really good entries both times here, but Protoman, I'm kind of surprised he's been able to get first to LBOJ both times, which is really important to stay in this race. Weegee at 119. Protoman really staying in the pillar for a long time, but he's able to get it in there as well.
And
About
once again,
7 seconds behind.
Tsukishima, it's on the menu.
Wow, barely getting there.
Oh no!
And wow, that actually means he was so early that his dive on the elevator turned into a rollout instead of just kind of running flat along the elevator as it was rising up. So he was actually just playing too good. I think, I don't know. Oh, but he's missed the red
sounds
coin.
right.
He was trying so hard.
And
death! Going so fast on the long jump, didn't build up enough speed. This is the problem with these moving platform. They contribute to your momentum, and that's why when we went for the long jump, it took him nowhere, and he actually just bonked into the side of the diamond platform. Gonna be behind Protoman once again.
Man, I swear, every time I see that mistake where somebody misses the red and they have to go backwards, it almost always ends. Oh, almost dying again. It almost always ends. Oh, goodness gracious! And now Weegee, I'm sure once again, we're having a rough time out here. It's messy. You don't want to miss that red coin. It's like a code red. No pun intended. Code missed red, rather. But
I get. Well, anyway, Protoman getting a like 258 Dark World, and I think that's exactly what you want. A decent LBLJ and a decent Chig cycle. If you're not like a 16-star specialist trying to get 249 every time, I think you'll take that in the race, no problem. And especially because you're ahead of Weegee, which is not something you'd expect to see. Weegee probably the best LBLJ Dark World player we have out there in 16-star. Absolutely nuts. Maybe Drozdowski if he came back, but probably not. Weegee's just too good. He's OP.
Again, co-commentator with the deplorable messages out here, throwing some shots, not even here to defend himself. Drozdowski in shambles.
Every inactive Mario player just gonna come back. It's like, who is this one guy? I'm gonna have a word with this fella, and my career's ruined. I'm sure Jaws would wreck me in Fortnite. That's all I'll say.
He's definitely got the, what would you call that? Trigger something? I don't know what you call somebody who's adept at shooter games, but he can aim.
Yeah. I'm actually not bad at CSGO, but I suck at Fortnite.
Okay, co-commentator with the weird flex, but we'll allow it. As Protoman
In the meantime,
ascends.
Proto is actually 2 stars ahead.
Yeah,
Kind of
he's
a
looking
shocker
good.
there.
No slip-ups and womps to speak of. Weegee's got the can. Is he recovering, or is he on oxygen right now? Does he have the IV feeding him the fluids, or is he turning into a weak, brittle man? Stay tuned. Oh, what was that? It looked like Protoman didn't even hold A.
You know, you actually don't have to hold A the whole time if you have like a perfect setup, but obviously there's no reason not to hold A. Weegee
Nothing.
missing his double jump attempt. So, yeah, still trying to compensate for a death in Dark World and realizing that setup was not going to work either. And this has kind of gone from bad to worse. Weegee going to be collecting that 3rd star, and it's already been 5 minutes into the run. This is not looking good, and Protoman is going to be taking this as far as he can, because honestly, this is an even better opportunity than what he had in the 2nd race. We're going to have to look at Plez, we're going to have to look at Side Hop, 2 very important stars. Protoman, so far, 2 for 2 on Plez, 0 for 2 on Side Hop. We'll see what he can do.
Weegee making a guess. He's guessing himself a 16:52 final time. Interesting pick, but might be accurate. Protoman, 3 out of 3 big bomb. He's crossed the gap. Man, that is actually kind of risky to go for the double jump. The double jump ground pound where you break that one up. I think that's a 1-up box. If you ground pound at the wrong time, you'll like bonk on it and then it'll break your bombs. So Protoman playing a little bit with fire there, but he is a pyromancer level 5, so he's throwing a couple fireballs. He's been around a couple.
Yeah, that box can also do something funny, where you bomb it, like shoots you straight up the pyramid into the like at the top of the pyramid star, which is also pretty funny. That's a much more rare bonk. All right, Plez Weegee losing his bomb in the sand. This is pretty bad. He's gonna have to back this up. Able to get out. I thought he was actually gonna fall down there and belly slide into the quicksand, but still another like 6-7 seconds lost. And Protoman going to be extending his lead through consistency. And this actually about the same run he had last time. I'm looking at the time. He had like a 6:48 or something. And this is exactly what Protoman's going to get this time around. Or 1 second worse.
Oh my goodness, I thought he was going to grab the star.
How did he not grab that?
Yeah.
Weegee just wants to make it a sweat, honestly.
For those of you who don't know, if you're too close there, you won't skip into the pyramid, but instead grab the top of the pyramid star. But it's all good. Protoman, he's just really the biggest thing right now is the side hop. But you don't want to think about it too much. Like if you're thinking about it so much, like, oh man, I really need to get the side hop. I really need to make sure I do this right. Weegee, oh gosh, we need to stabilize this man. His condition is not looking good. Somebody, please, call an ambulance.
Yeah, at this point, what do you do to snap this guy out of it? Would Electric Shock do the trick, or do you need something a bit more drastic? I don't know what would be more drastic than Electric Shock, but right now, Weegee's not looking like himself in race number 3.
Man, nice backup. Yeah, Weegee might need an AED. Oh, the defibrillator. Okay, that's it. I'm grabbing it. I'm sticking the stickies on his nipples. It's like around your chest. We're gonna deliver the shock. Everybody stand back. Please don't touch the body. Okay. It's been delivered. Let's see if we get any sort of response out of that. Protoman here. Side hop is your bank.
Okay, let's see Protoman's side hop though. I think that's gonna work. And he's got. Okay, Protoman's actually in the clear now. He can probably finish out HMC and still be in the lead. But you know, that's when Weegee actually gets a chance to catch up though. In the late game, his insane BLJs, his obviously insane MIPS, DDD, FireC, and bits to boot. But obviously BLJ is something that Protoman is not going to be too confident about either. Or at least he's just going to go into it saying like, whatever it's going to be, it's going to be. You know, I'll do my best. I might lose 10 seconds. I might lose 30 seconds. You never know.
Yeah,
But this is a chance for the underdog to actually make the upset happen. Weegee is actually giving him a huge opportunity.
All right. This lava boost is a little scary, but gets it. And oh, man, that's insane. Insane. Did I say insane? Because it's insane.
You did, and that's insane. Commentators kind of lost his mind in the booth. You know,
Yeah,
I'm not really sure what to do about this other than to just keep going.
I'm seeing all the question marks in chat. I know. I didn't mean nipples, okay? I meant around the chest. You know what I'm talking about. If you've ever handled an AED, okay? Gosh.
Oh, have you? Are you like CPR certified?
I was a lifeguard, baby, back in Nam. I've been serving it up for years now. I'm retired now, though. It was a good run while it lasted,
Yeah.
but I still got my knowledge.
You know. Oh my god. Alright, Weegee box jump, Protoman amazing emergency exit. So still looking at almost a minute lead. You know, maybe like 50, 55 even seconds for Protoman. Which means that Weegee's not only going to have to play well, but we're actually going to have to expect Protoman to make some mistakes. Which are obviously more than likely in the late game. But Protoman, through his own good gameplay, could get the win. He doesn't even need Weegee to mess up. Any more than he already has, I mean.
He's in a cozy spot. He's with his friends out in the forest, chilling by the campfire. They're roasting some mellows. They've got the chocolate, got the graham crackers, but just need to make sure it doesn't rain, because if it rains, then there's no fire and there's no s'mores happening.
I mean,
oh,
true.
That's a drop. It's dropping, sprinkling outside. Okay. We've got an umbrella set up. There's now a tarp over the fire. Not going to need to worry too much. But some harsh winds could perhaps blow the tarp.
The tarp could catch on fire.
This is also another thing to worry about.
Oh, jumping mips. I think that's just a couple marshmallows out on the ground. And, you know, a few less s'mores possibly to be made.
Yeah, not the end of the world, but definitely a little bit saddening. But here we go. Weegee actually has a chance. One guy who'll just
eat him off the ground anyway.
Weegee will eat him off the ground. He's been zapped. His meat has been fried. He's not thinking straight anymore. Going to pick up these mellows, but picking them up with speed. The great punch grab has got him in a much better position. Definitely saving some time over Protoman with these strats. Oh. Nice.
Everyone put their s'mores over the fire. Weegee just put his in the microwave. He's not waiting for no man. Probably not. I would not recommend putting your s'more in the microwave. I think the marshmallow would explode, and your microwave would be hard to clean.
Yeah, that just sounds like a mess waiting to happen.
Alright, let's check out Proto's Fire Sea, though. You know, going with the metaphor, you gotta keep the coals burning. You gotta keep the food cooking. What's he got? Alright, is this gonna be a normal early cycle attempt again? He's got it both times before, actually. A Weegee messing up front sub, and Proto with the ledge grab. He's gonna have to really hurry up. I don't know if he'll be able to make it anymore, because Weegee is still losing time, but Protoman losing an opportunity to extend his lead.
Man, they're going to be very close now. Protoman missing that cycle is a big oop. Weegee could be right on his tail, and then after that, it's BLJ's throws. I mean, he is not letting up at all. Tailgating this man. Is that the word? What is it called when you're riding on somebody's back? Like you're right on them in a car.
Yeah. Like, I guess tailgating. Oh, and Weegee gonna miss the early cycle again, trying to go for that super fast wall kick, save more time. I mean, if like in sports, like in NASCAR, it's like drifting, but I think in general it's just tailgating. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Weegee with the jump dives. This man is going all out. Okay, but going for the double burn.
Protoman did not die to Bowser. Probably should have mentioned that.
This
He
is a big
did
win for
not die.
Protoman. Very impressive stuff coming out on the left side of the screen. And Weegee giving him more room to breathe, giving him his personal bubble that he so desperately needs. And it's time for these BLJs, but Weegee, I mean, he's still there, but he's watching from afar.
Yeah. We're having all the research assistants put together a completely realistic computer graphics simulation of the campfire for both runners. You know, Proto's going strong, but obviously this is the huge randomness factor. Sometimes the fire just doesn't work like you need it to. It goes out on its own. But Proto, keeping it strong. Wow. Must have been a little bit of kerosene in there.
Yeah, that's,
And
you know,
Weegee.
a little bit frowned upon, but we'll allow it. It's all good. Oh, and the second one, he's not wasting any time.
Yo, days of his life. He could get like a mid-16.
Yeah, this is
Like
some spicy stuff for Protoman. Weegee, I mean, even if he gets perfect BLJs, still not going to save a lot, and just decent BLJs there on the first one. First try. We're getting the correction in chat. It's not drifting, but drafting in race car. Co-commentator getting a little bit slapped by the chat.
True.
Knowledge bomb dropping in, blowing up. I am now smart. Protoman working harder. Only a little bit farther. And he will take game 3 over Weegee, the father of the hard strats.
Won't be able to win this set, but still would be an insane underdog victory here to score a point over the former world record holder and young, talented scuba diver extraordinaire that is Weegee14. But Protoman still hit these throws.
Okay, can't grab the tail. Again with the little hands. Protoman needs to get hand in surgery. What is it? It's like hand enhancement, enlargement.
I don't know. I
mean, I know it's not a
thing. Me.
Yeah, I could use that. That would be helpful.
Dude, Weegee done bits now. He missed right side, missed standing left side the first time, and actually got on the second try on the backup. But Protoman still needs one more throw, I believe, and Weegee could still do this.
Still down to the line. That's a missed over. Protoman, hold the phone. Weegee might just swipe it.
Barely going wide.
Last second. He's got it. One more throw for Weegee, and it's over. Protoman needs that regrab, but that is a... Oh, my goodness. Land throw from Weegee, and he takes game 3. Wow. Protoman had it in his hands. It was in the palm of his hands. He was looking at it, and it flew away into Weegee's pocket. Actually, it was more like Weegee ran by and just grabbed it out of his hands. Swiper.
Protoman still can't hit these throws.
GG's. Shoutouts to Rocks for the resub for 4 months. Asking for some clocks in the chat. I suppose I can throw some clocks down. Thank you very much for the support, and welcome back to the Clock Club, sir. And that completes a pretty... I mean, even though it was a 3-0, it definitely didn't feel like a bop down. It was an interesting set. A lot of back and forth. Great stuff. Before we do this interview, I do want to mention, for those of you that are unaware, we are doing our first live event and the first live competitive speedrunning event ever. Pace. In April. Exclamation point Pace in the chat. If you want to learn more, we will be taking care of the Super Mario 64 70-star.
Yo.
Hello, Weegee.
Proto.
Yo.
Protoman.
That was quite a game.
Usually, that's like the one thing I don't do is like choke on throws. Like I choke everywhere else in the run. I usually can hit the last 3 throws, and you know, but whatever. It happened.
Yeah, it does indeed happen, and it's unfortunate, but you stuck through it. Had some good gameplay in there. Weegee, congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah, sprinkled on. How are you feeling in those game 2 and 3s when you, well, game 2 you started slipping up on Canalus and seemed like it sort of got you a little slowed down in the momentum. What were you feeling personally when it happened?
I think it's just like the loss of momentum. Once you like make a big mistake, it's like it just gets worse and worse. But my guesses are pretty accurate for what each run was gonna be. So
Yeah.
roughly what I expected. I didn't get too salty because I kind of knew that was gonna happen after all those
Yeah.
mistakes. But yeah, GG's.
Yeah,
Seemed to be an
GG.
interesting race at the end.
It would have been criminal, to be honest, if I would have taken one from you. I mean, your movement's just impeccable, and you deserve a 3-0, to be honest. But I tried, right? I tried.
Protoman, the very sportsman-like.
Gracious in defeat. Love him. Man,
It's
the myth, the
easy when
legend,
you win.
Protoman.
Well, shout outs. Protoman, how are you feeling in general throughout that set? You know, saw some struggling with side hop, but other than that, I mean, in general, it seemed pretty clean. What were you?
In general, it was okay. But I've been focusing on 70 recently, I guess. That's my excuse. No. Even if I hadn't been, I would have lost. But I got a 49 and 70, so what's up?
Nice.
That's all that really matters. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So, Weegee, do you think actually having such a good first run like contributed to the next two being so much harder to get through?
Well, I mean, considering how the second race went at first, I feel like the first race was gonna help, so I was still more confident. I got the 246 Dark World the next run. I think I just got thrown off by the random texture setup miss, and it just chain reaction from there. Honestly, that's how this game usually goes.
Yeah, we were talking about how like when things are going good, it's pretty easy to stay good, but once they start going bad, like it's very, very easy to switch to sort of a negative place and just feel kind of exhausted, running out of energy.
Yeah.
It's hard to find that once again. But
Word.
you did a good job of sort of resetting it in game 3. It felt like, you know, you had it going in, you got the LBLJ, and then you died in Dark World, which I thought that would be like the nail in the coffin, but you were able to pick it up from there pretty well, and yeah,
it wasn't too bad.
wasn't too bad at all. Well, thank you guys. Any closing words, Badgeronis, that you want to add?
I think I'm good. Said all that needs to be said. This was quite a nail biter, and usually in a race like this where you'd expect Weegee to kind of run away with some of these, you know, it can end up being really close, very entertaining. So thank you both for a great race, and
Thanks,
good luck
guys.
in the rest of the league.
GG.
Thank you so much, everybody. It's always a pleasure. And Badgeronis, it's an honor to co-commentate with you, my man. Looking forward to the next one. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and have a wonderful night. Peace.
Peace out.